Hello, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. It is the 16th April, 1:26 p.m. at WINDIBANK'S Pawnbrokery. I can't remember what we were doing. I stopped recording for like a week, took a few days not to record, got sick for a few days, and now I think I'm ready to record some more. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Ah, that's right. We were showing him our representations. Now, to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy. Here are the representation papers. Gosh, I had to take a moment to remember what the voices are. Your ladyship! Oh! I don't believe it. How the devil did you get the stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you. This is a good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. Glug, 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 glug. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigate the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened? Through that door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibanks and Gina. We're trying to get in the move of all this. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taking forever, even with the lads working around the clock. Which is the problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Stronghound meant by far more serious matters. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come then. Let's not waste any time. Okay, yeah, now we can freely investigate this place. I want to look at the calendar. Ah, look here. Oh yes, a bullet hole. And I can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably, Mr. Windibanks wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ah, well. Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, you know? Isn't that right, Iris? Ah, did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps? In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often? He shouldn't even do it once. Forget that for now, Runo. Let's examine the bullet. We take the bullet? That might be tampering with the crime scene. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? Yeah, obviously. A suspicious red stain on the calendar. Oh, is it blood? Aha! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Runo? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid that sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this. Oh no, what is that scary looking thing? Hurley and I haven't actually come up with a name for it yet, but as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. Oh, what? Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed. There. Does it make sense now? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Good. It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see? Yes, how wonderful. So, will this let us know someone's specific blood? The chemical in it fires combined with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is you're looking at in a flash. I mean, there are only a selected number of blood types. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris. Isn't it? I bet Guinea would say it's bleeding great. So whose blood are we looking at then? Well, all the chemicals does is turn the blood to a different color, so... Just like someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to in a flash. Alright, that requires taking blood out of the body first. More like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2 flashes. This could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make a note of it in the court record. Let's see, a sample of blood analyzed with the special chemical indicator developed by Mr. Sholmes. Different people's blood turns different colors. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any of the blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have Regent left, sure. Alright, well, we found 1 person's blood here, so this will tell me how many people were here. Anything of interest with this machine? This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. When Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday, we were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. Anything on the shelves? These shelves are where the pawnbrokers put articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can find some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Runo? Oh, it's just, well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them, even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker work. They're very clever. See, anything else of interest on the top here? Ooh, what was that? Something here. What's that? Oh, it's just the officer. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in. Keep it down. Oh, sorry? There's a major clue just there. Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once. As soon as I report it, that'll be it. I'll be stuck even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't had 1 in 2 days. I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. Ah, they really have a tough time with the British police. I don't blame you. That doesn't stop us from investigating though, does it? No, I suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Okay, well, we already looked at the calendar. Anything around on this section of the room before I move on? Oh, this is the music box, yeah. That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Runo? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? All right. What do you think? Isn't it pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but, it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that. If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. Let's see. I guess let's move on to the other side of the room. How do I move over? That's how I move over. Haven't played in a while. Let's see. Let's check the book. There's the article ledger here, and Mr. WINDIBANK'S notes here. What's this? It looks as though someone's left a little photographic print behind. Oh, look! On the back, there's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie, show us! There's also some blood on it. 15th February, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited 1 gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid £1. Redemption deadline 15 April 10:30 p.m. A gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat, in fact, I think. Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Guinea redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilden. I would never have expected a redemption ticket to be written on the back of a photographic, though. It seems Mr. Windibanks just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have in hand. Now, this photograph of a cat looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact same picture somewhere recently. Oh, yes, you're right, very recently. It's the same as the one Guinea gave us earlier, is it? I thought it looked familiar. Do we have it? I don't think we have it. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for then, Miss Naruto? Get it out. All right. Let's let the cogs turn. Do I have it? Oh, I guess I do. It's this, well, slightly different. I don't know. When I look at the two, it looks like the cat's looking somewhere else. I've got it. These 2 photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Oh, okay. We're going into the conversation. So Iris, about these 2 photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these 2 identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry? If you look carefully, the 2 prints aren't the same, not exactly. Well, the cat is looking a little away. They're not? Have another look at them now. Do you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle, though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the 2 prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see? No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently? Well, we just looked at one not too long ago. Oh yes, that's what Mr. Shom showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there. Ah yes, of course, that magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Hehe. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even though without one of those contraptions. What? Really? You know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful. Then I'll be able to tell you. She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Well, I guess we're learning about stereoscopes now. Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just opened them and it works. The reason it works is because we have 2 eyes. 2 eyes. Shocking. If you try closing just one at a time, I think you'll see straight away. What you see with your left eye, and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of the object seems to slightly shift. Exactly, and in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. My brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. I think I see. The pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Isn't that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'll be able to see depth in these prints. Yes, Runa, you're beginning to understand. And the stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you just to do that? Yes, but as long as you have the two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can, really. Alright, let's get on with this lesson. Let's try it. Let's see if you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh yes, I'm dying to have a go. Susato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me and see if you can copy. Gosh. That view. Make your eyes do this. Alright, I'm doing it. Alright then, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Oh my gosh, this is kind of unsettling. There. How's that? Wonderful, now it's your turn, Ryuno. The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. You should see two overlapping images like this. Oh god, thankfully it did it for me. I'm trying to do it in real life and it's like, it's too far away from me to actually see a clear image. You try it now, Ryuno. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. I did it, I think. Did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step. It's slowly giving me a headache though. Is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again. Kinda works, it's kinda hard though. Until they form a new single image in the center. Oh yes! Mr. Naruto, it works! I can see it in the middle now! It's so real! Oh, I can look at it all day. Your eyes might get stuck like that. Be careful. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Ryuno. Oh gosh. Pretend you're looking through the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. I kind of see it. It's just kind of hard. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like this, is it? Oh, it does work. It does work. I can give you that. There, you managed this. So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what did you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Ryuno? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. Now, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press the little knob here. Oh, it's just right there. I didn't even see it. Then set the pair of photographs in the stand and look and take at the back. It's so amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these fallen contraptions in a lot of households in the capital currently. But if these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no reason to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's so much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so in that any case. Stereoscopic prints. I'd never even heard of them until yesterday. We've certainly learnt a lot about them, but I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll never actually need. Alright, the second white cat photograph has been entered in the courtroom record. We take a look at that, because I did see there's a little blood on the back. Mr. Naruto, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something rather troubling here. I have noticed. The red smear, you mean? Yes, it looks like blood, doesn't it? I wonder if Susato-san had picked up on that. Well, in that case, we need Iris. We should show this to her before we forget. White cat photograph. Alright, the redemption ticket issue from PAWNBROKERY. This is what looks like to be a bloody fingerprint. Alright, you gotta present it to her now. How do I do that? It is like this. Wait, how do I present it? Oh, there it is, present. Am I doing it wrong? Yeah, I'm pressing the wrong button, no wonder. Oh, that looks like blood! I would say it's from a gloved finger, almost certainly a glove made of leather. Well, don't worry, Ryuno. You can leave the rest to me. This is McGilded's blood, isn't it? It's purple. Ah, suiting color for him. Look at that. That's a color we haven't seen before, isn't it? We simply must add it to the portfolio of blood samples. It could be a very important clue. Although, it would be nice to find out whose blood these different colors correspond to at some point. Well, this particular stain of blood... Oh, you've had an idea, haven't you? Do you know whose blood this is? I think I do. Yes, I have an idea whose blood it is. Not from the color it turned, but with a little deduction. That's right. I think it's clear. Iris, you know as well? You first, Ryuno. Who do you think it belongs to? Alright, I believe that this is the blood of... Magnus McGilded. I believe. He's the only one I can think of. Oh, no. It's not the blood of Magnus McGilded. It's the blood of the victim of Magnus McGilded. Oops. Yes, after all, the redemption ticket belonged to him. Oh, you don't think? You mean that during the incident of the omnibus? Yes, I expect so. It's a very clear print and no small amount of blood. So it must have resulted from a fairly serious accident. Wait, but if I remember rightly, no sign of injury is found on Mr. McGilded at all. Yeah, okay, I got it wrong. I caught my thinking a little too late. So let's try this again. Alright. Who is it? It's this guy, Thrice Fired Mason. Thrice Fired Mason. You don't sound very sure of yourself, the way you trailed off there. Well, it was 2 months ago, that case. And of course I never met the victim, so I'm struggling to remember his name. He was definitely thrice fired though. The victim of the omnibus case? Yes, his name was indeed Mr. Thrice Fired Mason. But that would mean that this blood-stain was left on the ticket 2 months ago. Yes, I think it was. Gina brought this ticket here to WINDIBANK'S yesterday. I'm suggesting that the blood-stain was already on it that time. So it's a smear of blood from the time Mr. Mason was killed 2 months ago. Something else is coming back to me now. Mr. McGilded was also wearing leather gloves that night. Now I ask yous, what a good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. It certainly does look like a leather-gloved thumbprint, this mark. But we know that Mr. McGilden had no injuries at the time, anywhere on his body. From which we can conclude that any blood on his gloves belonged to the victim, Mr. Mason. Mr. Naruto, you sound just like Mr. Sholmes. Minus the quirky slip-ups, I hope. Yes, I think you're right, Runo. Very well, let's make a note of this. Alright, so we got the details that this is Mr. Mason's blood. Can we look in the portfolio? I haven't tried looking in that. We get to know how that works. Oh, nice. Literally just like images that we've collected. So this one's unknown at the moment. Alright, so this is where we're going to stop this part here. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.